This is the future.
Before we start this video, I would like to greet you all with a happy new year. I know this is not the best year for most of us, and all of us have struggled, but I would just like to remind you all that despite all those challenges, we survived the year, and let's continue being strong. We have lots of challenges ahead of us. Just stay positive and we will get through all of it, and in the end, we'll be laughing at all those things that have happened to us in the past. So, as a year-end video, I would like to discuss what has transpired during the New War update. Be warned though, this video will be full of New War spoilers, so watch at your own risk. If you haven't finished the quest yet, then stay away from this video and just watch it after you have done the New War quest. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the New War in general. Honestly, the quest is good but it lacks more substance. The story is but I wasn't expecting it to be this short. Like if you have to go through all the previous Warframe quests, and watch all the hype trailers the Digital Extremes released before the update, then you will think at some point that some scene might be cut. Or to be more specific, I feel like the New War story has been shortened. I think another thing to blame on this is that we have expected that it will be an all-out war against sentients, and all fingers were pointing to the Lotus and Era as the main antagonists in the New War quest. But it turns out that Lotus is a captive and that Archon with no balls is the one running the whole operation. I mean, what the hell just happened to all those trailers of Era being the badass and leashing Ballard? There was a point in the quest wherein I thought to myself, is this really the New War story in the first place? Or Digital Extremes changed some of it because of deadline schedules? The Era you see on all those New War trailers is not the same Era in the actual New War storyline. This sentient never played a big role in the New War battle. All he did was a bunch of dialogues, introduced that he was the creator of the Archons, and in the end, admitted that he was wrong and helped the Tenno. The worst part is, we thought that corn bots will be of big use in the New War, but we are wrong. Corn bots, or those necromeshs, are only used following Era. It's like you need the corn bot so Era won't feel like a giant towering the Tenno or your Warframe, which is quite hilarious. In the end, we see Era helping us reach the Lotus and we don't know if he is dead. Well, his last scene shows that he was preventing the door from falling into our heads, and we still don't know if he escaped that predicament or end up being dead. Also, players were expecting that the New War will be a big war against the sentient lead by the Lotus. But no, instead, we get a war against the Archon with no balls, now known as Nama. I was so confused on how did Ballard turned to be the main antagonist in the New War when in the trailers, and even in the past New War chapters, he is being held and leashed by Era. It's like Era said to Ballard, hey, it seems like the players are expecting me to be the bad guy, so go on, untie yourself and become Nama. Now you are the bad guy and I will be the good guy in the end. It would be a good plot twist if Digital Extremes managed to tell a good story on how did Ballard turned out to be the main antagonist of the story, because honestly, it feels out of place seeing Ballard just sit on the throne and commanding all when he was tied by a sentient in the first place. It turns out to be a horrible plot twist, and the introduction of the Drifter, my god. Who the fuck is this guy? This was the first thing that came into my mind when the Drifter first introduced himself. If I did not see the Duviri Paradox trailer, and had not known all about how the Void works in the first place, then I will be very confused about the Drifter's identity. We will talk about this later in another video, plus all the hints of how the next Warframe update will be. But for now, let's just focus on the New War story quest. Another point to talk about is the Lotus. Okay, let's get back to the Lotus. I'm glad that we have the Lotus back, but I wasn't sure if I wanted her back in the first place. I was expecting an emotional roller coaster, or something that would make us choose to end the Lotus or save her, but in the end, we did save our space mom. I'm not complaining about the outcome, but I did hope for something really interesting than just letting us save her easily. Like that battle with the Lotus was pretty weak in my opinion. I was hoping for something epic, like after getting all the shards, the Lotus then became an enraged sentient that has no recollection of who were out to her. Well, there's no point in complaining now as we got the Lotus, or whatever you call her now. Also, I hate what they did with Uncle then. Whoever played The Last of Us Part 2 will exactly know what I mean. They murdered Teshin like how they murdered Joel. Teshin is one of the most iconic character in the game in my opinion, and they just toyed with him like he was nothing. The worst part is, this Dax warrior wasn't given any chance to fight back. He was equipped with a virtual reality goggles and then, Nama just toyed with him. Although he didn't submit until the end, but the fact is, no dual Nikana for you Tenno. I was hoping for those dual Nikana to be in my hands after the new war, but I guess it was too powerful. Well, don't be sad though, as we still got a Dax warrior in the relay, and we still got Auntie Vazia just waiting for her chance to play a big role in the next update. I think she will be part of what's to come and probably end up being the one to avenge Teshin's death. Well, that's just a wild guess. I also hated the Archons as they are really hard to fight. Okay, I'm just kidding. This is one of the fun part of the new war quest line. The Archons offer something challenging for the players, and I wish that Digital Extremes will make them regular bosses in the star chart, and I'm hoping both normal and steel path levels. It's kind of funny since I have seen someone in one of my Warframe Facebook groups complaining that the Archon fights were super hardware in the first place. All you need is to learn their attack patterns and it will be super easy. It's better compared to the other bosses in the game. The Jackal fight in the new war was also fun as it got this tiny mechanics wherein you make good use of your bots. The Corpus, Grenier, and Teshin arc of the new war were also fun. I thought that Cal will only be the one who will leave a memorable experience, but I was wrong. All of them were fun to play with and it left me a positive impression that someday in the future, Warframe will have a faction war type of game mode. If you have gone through the missions of these three, then you will see that Digital Extremes have the potential to turn this into a new conclave. The way that Cal can throw grenades, make inflatable barriers, shoot and stab enemies are very smooth. Also, the Corpus mission was also smooth, and the controls for the bots are really easy. The same goes with Teshin's mission. I'm pretty excited about what Digital Extremes can do with this kind of feature in the game. Overall, there are pros and cons to the new war, and I can say that it was full of flashy things but lacks a little bit of substance in terms of storytelling. I was not expecting some of the aspects to be good, and as well as some to be bad. The new war was a surprise to me, and I can say that it's a very good quest for those looking for fun things in the game and step away from the grind and farm we always do every day. Now that the new war ended, it is time to face the man in the wall, which we will discuss in the next video. Now, let me know your thoughts about the new war in general. Write your opinions in the comments section below and let's discuss the biggest update of Warframe this year. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.
This is the future.